Hello, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I need to swap out my palico. I was looking at how they both have the Rathalos armor, one of which is low rank still, but I think my Prowler is actually leveled up enough. Yeah, level 35, so I don't need them anymore. Yep, much better. But today I will fight more monsters in the Tensor. Some of them are interesting, but none of them, other than, like, I've already fought all the new ones, so at this point it will be repetition. I think Rajang is where I'll start. Then, depending on how long that takes, I'll have to decide. Ooh, Rajang in a desert, so I have to bring hot heat resistance. What is the Y Academy off official? Engage with maximum available force. Maximum available force. One hunter. It's always fun to start a hunt in the cold, or in the heat. Exact opposite. I was thinking cool drink. But I can't remember if Rajang's more like an ape than a monkey. But there's this sort of Sun Wukong relative context, I think. Which might be Sun Wukong from Dragon Ball, multiple levels of reference, but who I think Sun Wukong's the Monkey King. I mean, it should be a monkey more than an ape. But I don't think there's any... This is a very tall Rajang. I don't think there's any monkeys that are this tall. Which, I mean, is irrelevant, but I don't like this version of Rajang. It really jumps around a lot in annoying ways like that. It has other things that were annoying when I fought it the first time, but that beam attack lasted for a long time. That was lucky. I have no idea how the Iceborne version is. I wonder... I mean, I had Rajang in this game, Iceborne, and Rise. Does that mean they're likely to have Rajang in Wilds? Or less, more likely or less likely? Like, because they've had it a lot, so there's less reason to bring it back. But if it's just sort of a staple monster to bring back every time, then it will probably come back again. God, the crunchy roar is so crunchy. It is the crunchiest. Oh. Like, considering everything else in this game, it's surprising how bad the roar is. Because it sounds so much worse. Oh, did I forget to bring... I don't know if Rajang is susceptible to dung bombs, but for this scenario, I should have brought dung bombs. Do I have time to heal? I do. Lucky. Yeah, that's so weird. I know I should know what happens, so it shouldn't be weird, but it is weird that it does that. Because at least Rise's version, it does not do that. At least I don't remember doing that. That was... What am I supposed to do there? Like, I can't dodge the first punch that I had to dive from, so I had to dive to dodge it. But then I got insta-punched afterwards. Do I just have to run further away? Run sideways instead to avoid instead of Supermaning? Do I have to Superman sideways? This version really likes to shoot lasers. And ground tremor. I hate ground tremor. Yeah, maybe it is sideways is fine if it... Maybe if it follows the attack up with a straightforward hit. Obviously have to learn. Okay, I'm gonna stand far away. Hope it lasers again. Okay. I really want to eat. I think it moves a lot more, which is really annoying. Actually, no. It probably doesn't move more. It's just Sunbreak had mobility advantages. Like, relative to the Hunter's mobility, I think it moves more in this game compared to Rise and Sunbreak. But compared to, like, in absolute terms, it probably doesn't move more. Yeah, the step there is different, I think, than at least Rise. Yeah. Oh, that should have hit me. I'm glad it didn't, but I really think it should have hit me there. What is it doing? This version of Rajang is kind of dumb. Like, it's not very bright. It runs into walls a lot. Which is kind of more annoying than if it was just attacking me constantly. I'd at least understand if it was over-aggressive attacking me. But charging into walls, like, why is it doing this? Well, I know why, because it's not set up very well, but I can't blame them for that. Well, I mean, I probably could, but... It's just a mistake, an error, a bad setup. I don't know how difficult it is, so I can't really say much. I think this one, it has a couple moves where it's smart in how it attacks. I didn't actually think it could turn that much. Which was a silly assumption to make. But it has some few moves where it punishes the hunter by, like, side-to-side hops and then jumping at the hunter instead of continuing the side-to-side hops. But it also seems to just go in straight lines on a few of its attacks more than later. Oh, that was annoying. I would have gotten hit anyway, but... Here's a greedy heal to go for. But if I could just disable the press the left bumper to look at the monster, it would be so good. Because that left bumper to center camera, any of that is worthless for me. It would probably be useful if I used it effectively, but... there's bumping my table. I guess I have to run to the right. It feels like it... That's way too big of a ground tremor in my opinion, but... What is this monster? What is it doing? Is it hungry? Or it's throwing something at me and that's where it has to grab it from. Okay. Ooh, that was cool. See, that's so much more interesting than the Sunbreak version at least, or Rise version. Like, that throwing is so much more specific. It goes to a specific location, which is a little bit... it's uninteresting that it's always the same location, I assume, depending on the zone it's in, but it at least isn't just generic rock. It actually varies depending on where it's grabbing it. Probably not a ton, but like, it's probably rock, bone, and that's it. But that's a little bit more interesting. Like... I think it's a bit late now to try to play this game without palicoes. I've gotten used to it. Honestly, I think if I ever played this game again, I would just not use palicoes because they are so annoying. And if I could get used to that, it would be functional. But the monster's aggression is so inconsistent. It's like, oh, run across the map. Oh, run across the map. It's so frustrating. Is it helpful? Yes, because it draws their aggression and you can heal sometimes and all that, but it's just not... Like, they change too frequently. This monster's also just especially bad about it because it jumps everywhere, so it moves more for no reason. Which is the reason it's annoying, because it just causes the monster to move in these incredibly unpredictable ways. That was... I think I was actually outside the laser by the time I got hit, but... whatever. The hit should have happened before I rolled, and I was dead anyway, but... I should have been hit before I rolled. No, this monster, I hate it. It's just frustration because of the movement, making it take longer than it should because it's constantly running. The death there was my mistake. I shouldn't have Supermaned when I did. I don't think I can have complete stun resistance at this point without giving up basically everything that makes Monster Hunt not a slog. Good timing. I'm gonna paintball it and go back. What a smart monster. Someone was totally there. My mood drops very quickly when monsters move in ways that are a nuisance. I know why that has a hot drink, but it's pretty silly. Good try. It wouldn't have even hit me if I stood still. This is a Monster Hunter issue. Like, anything with long range attacks will just attack you if you're far away. Which isn't the fun part to me. Like, oh, you're far away? Just dodge. Just makes it take longer. When you're stunned and stuff, sure. Long range attacks when it's like gonna hit, I'm okay with that. Just close the gap so that the actual hunt can start instead of waiting and having to run across the entire zone. Oh, it leaves me in a bad mood. I think the version's not... Well, I mean, the Rise version isn't very fun either. Because it's kind of weak. Like, it's not a very dangerous monster. But this version is really annoying. That's way more of an impact than I feel like it should have for a light hit, but that's fine. Yep, I wasn't, despite the roar putting the weapon away, my weapon was not put away. Another big issue with this game that has been a constant plague and constantly lowers my enjoyment. That's so annoying. This, like, minor movement, it bumps me gently with its forearms and I get launched. Well, I get staggered for so long. What? I'm glad I didn't try to dodge it by running. I would have ran right into that, probably. Good, I got away at least. Yeah, I don't like it. I prefer Rises because it's not annoying. Still never tried Iceborns. I would hope that it's at least fun. I don't know if that hit makes sense. It makes sense from a hitbox perspective, but I just don't know if the way it hit me made, like the hitbox swinging there should occur based on how it rotates. It might be fine. Okay, the weapon got put away. It's not a roar. Like, what is it doing? It was hopping further to shoot a rocket. A laser. I was thinking about the random flash rocket. Wow. That was bright. Remarkably, it's kind of still super annoying when it gets flashed because it just attacks in random locations and just runs away. It has too much movement. That ground tremor didn't hit me? That's weird. Good that it's almost dead. Where's it going? Oh, it's going there. I guess that makes sense. It has to jump, but it has to run towards it to jump instead of jumping from back here. Guess it makes sense. I don't know. Yeah. I think I can do a fun fight next. Definitely not Devil Joe. Devil Joe's not fun. What a productive use of time. It lasts is in this area for less than a minute, and then it jumps to another. Which again is something that is much more noticeable compared to Rise, where I don't think it happens, but it might. I might just not have noticed it. Because in Rise it's less noticeable if it happens at all. Well, it definitely happens. It's just less noticeable because of the lack of loading zones and the fact that if I was going from zone 7 to zone 9, I could just climb over, most likely. So small trips like that don't need to become a big loop. It just wastes time. It's really weird that the enraged state lasts when it's asleep, only to wake up the moment it gets hit while it's asleep, instead of enraging because you wake it up. It's weird. I think a lot of monsters do stuff like that, where they stay enraged and then you wake them up and then they're no longer enraged. Kinda wonder why. Oh, bad mood. I need to pick a fun monster. I don't even know what a fun monster would be. I don't even know if there's any fun monsters in this level. There's ones that are, like, kind of fun, but not, like, fun. There's no... no, Shigara Magala I kinda like. I don't love Shigara Magala in this game. Though the only reason I really like Shigara Magala in Sunbreak is Brightly Shining Disaster, having run it a ton. It was like, okay, this is a cozy fight. Where it's a different fight now, so that cozy fight is not the same. Not a great cart. I don't cart. Every cart is a failure to me. So, that was not a good hunt. I mean, if I'm carting on high rank quests, then master rank is going to be a whole different issue. I need to do that. It's not a bad monster. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it out of the way. Otherwise I'll be hunting for it later. Oh. There it is. Oh, it was fun to start in the frigid wastes with the creepy cat. Creepy faced cat snowmen. But they're not snowmen, they're snow cats. Snow felines? Because they're not cats? There's also another term for that whole group of creatures within Monster Hunter. Can't remember. But I don't hate Valstrax. I think it's still a fun fight in this game. Unlike Rajang. I mean, the issue is always finding the monsters. Oh, I can't wait for Wilds at this point. Like, I'm accepting I'll probably finish high rank village, do maybe one more tier of the hub by the time Wilds is out, and then I'm probably playing Wilds until that game's done. Except not done, because it's not going to be... It's going to probably have... It's going to be live service and all that still. Oh, good start. Good start. I mean, a free hit's a free hit. And I paintballed it, so at least it didn't leave before I paintballed, but... That was annoying. What? Why'd my cat hit me there? I wasn't even air blasted. Okay, get out of that corner. Ooh, what the heck? That was a way wider blast than normal. Whoa. Is it because of the angle that it's hitting the ground at? What is it doing? Why is it running over there? Okay, there, thank you. That was lucky. Nope. That was lucky, because I was trying to hop sideways there. And the input did not behave. So I got lucky that it gave me a roll forward instead. Oh, that was luck. Oh, it's the music. Honestly, most of the music in this game is great. I'm not going to be able to attack the tail very well. Like, most of the monsters have good music. Though my main metric for Monster Hunter music being good is if I recognize it. Like, if it's like, oh yeah, there's the music. Even while fighting it, not even outside of that. We're like, Glavenus? It has a theme, but it's not interesting. It doesn't feel super distinct. This one, you can clearly feel the music as it goes, which is honestly why there's a whole joke about Kezu theme and all that. Genuinely, Kezu's theme is nothing, but I actually really like that. So I actually do think Kezu's theme is great, because it's a noticeable lack of music. Like, the fact that every time I fight a Kezu, I notice the lack of music. I think is great. Whereas some, like Glavenus, I notice it, but it's not very good. It's like, in this game it's very forgettable, missable almost. It's very pretty. It's not normally this color, is it? That's pretty. But yeah, it's like... I think music that stands out to me is the most important. Like, I have no interest in formal music appreciation or formal music judgment. And like, what the heck? I guess I hit the wings midair. So my precise landing point was weird. That was unlucky. Because I actually didn't want to jump there. But the jump swung the sword, draining the sword gauge, leading to the reload. Rough. I probably just needed to manage the roll better instead of trying to roll there, but... No. I hate that attack. I think if there's any attack that Volstrax has that's just bad, it's that one. Because that attack... Why is he not doing a dive bomb? Come on. The dive bomb's actually cool. That scatter shot attack, it could just miss, if you're lucky. And I don't like attacks like that. Like, because then if you get hit, it's like, oh, I was unlucky. Or, like, I wasn't lucky, so I was unlucky. Like, a consistent, it hits everything in an AoE, like a beam, a wide, where did I give up? Yeah, I was gonna leave. Like a wide hitting attack, a big square flying at you, is preferable to me. Because then you can't get lucky, so you can't be unlucky. Also, I just noticed that the hunter eats the bone of the meat, which is probably a bad idea. Not like, oh, bone marrow, but like bone marrow has its nutritional value. But like the bone itself, I don't think you want to eat that because it will splinter to some degree and it would be hard to actually swallow. Unless you can grind it up in your teeth well enough, I don't know. I'm just fairly confident there's a reason there's no, that is so annoying. There's no, I'm gonna say bougie habit of eating, or hipster actually, it's more along the lines. Trend of eating entire bones, like there is with bone marrow, which, not saying any eating of bone marrow is hipster, bougie, whatever, but it has been a, it was a trend for a while at least, but oh, bone marrow, that's a central part of a dish. That's bad. It did work, good. I was worried about my pickup at the end there where I was having to sheathe my weapon in time. Whether I'd be able to get it put away. Oop, that was a good spin. Nope. Yep. That hitbox is kind of bad. Like, I think it's fine, but I think it's a little bit bad. Which is a weird thing to say, it's fine but a little bad, but it could be better, is basically how I view it. Nope, that's bad. Yep. See, I'm bad at dodging that attack, but I actually like it, because it seems like it's a fairly consistent explosion hit. That looks terrible. Because yeah, I could have gotten lucky and not gotten hit there at all. This is bad. I got lucky. I got so lucky. Go for your vent charging, please. Thank you. Thank you, Volstrax. You're actually cooperative for once. They don't have element. I'm not sure if it requires element, but I'm pretty sure it's just hitting it like that, because, I mean, that worked. I'm not worried about the tail. Give me the reload. Thank you. Worth it. For no reason other than just it was. Ooh, too slow. Good mount. I still don't get it. Why is the blue bar lower here? I know sometimes it's higher, but like, is it based on exhaustion level? And since it's sort of enraged and not exhausted, It's low? This is the only thing I can imagine. Kill cut now would be nice. Over? Ah, you can actually aim upwards. Darn. That is probably fine. I just didn't expect it to be that wide. I'm doomed if I'm not lucky. Nope, I was too slow to jump. I couldn't see because I pressed the left bumper and it made me face forward. I don't actually think that's what happened. I think I just thought I'm gonna blame that. 2 carts in one day. Pretty bad. Oh no, now I have to find this monster. Oh, I'll hope it hasn't moved yet. What is the purpose of the knife? Is it to throw and hit the vent? And it's more effective for whatever reason? I can't even begin to guess any other reason. Well, it's probably not in zone 2 anymore, but we might as well activate it. Yep. Which means that it could be anywhere. I'm gonna go 793, because I think 3 feels the most likely. It wasn't in zone 1. Okay, 7. Good. Yep. That was weird. I think it's the angle of the camera that made it look like it shouldn't have hit. But I will say it didn't look like it should have hit. But I think it's just the explosion doesn't like animate when you're seeing like from the middle of the explosion outwards. It doesn't look correct. I couldn't roll again because I was out of stamina. Because I died and I lost my food effect. Which means that I have less stamina when rolling, because I don't have the black belt. I hate that noise. It's kind of cool, but I still hate it. Dip. I got hit. I'm trying to use the energy charge as an attack, but it's a really bad attack. Doomed? Yep, that was impossible to escape at that point. That was an inescapable combo. Should I have avoided getting hit in the first place? Maybe? I might have been able to avoid it. But after the first hit, that was impossible to escape from. Like, I don't think there was anything I could have done. If I'd stood up faster, I still had my weapon out, I wouldn't have been able to Superman dive, and I would have died. I couldn't have delayed standing up more, I'm pretty sure, because I think that was the auto stand-up. But maybe it wasn't the auto stand-up, and I pressed A to stand up sort of out of habit, and if I'd delayed it, I might have been fine. But the follow-up attack was not quick. Like, if it was rocket into rocket, I think I would have been fine. But the second attack was unavoidable. Oh no, because I was stunned. Yes, I stood up automatically right away because I was stunned. Which doesn't really make sense. You get stunned, you're on the ground, you stand up, and then you can't move. It doesn't make any sense at all, outside of gameplay mechanics. You know, I can't escape that scenario. If I'd gotten lucky and one of my cats had actually healed me, I might have lived. Or if my cats had saved me from a stun, I might have lived. Sadly, the cats are debatable in their usefulness sometimes. I mean, they heal me, they do help, but not very consistently. It's incredibly hit or miss. I need to stay near this so I don't forget. Okay. Still. See? I would have forgotten. Yeah. I still think it's fine. I think that was a really unlucky chain of attacks. So that once I was first hit, I was stunned. Then I couldn't avoid the next hit. And then the next hit was a, like, unavoidable combo from that post-stun hit. If I had a charm or whatever to remove stun or reduce stun, I might have been fine. But I don't, because the only way I could would be at the expense of attack up. And most of the time, it's fine. Excuse me. Alright. Nope. I should be nearly dead. What do I even attack now? Both wings look broken. Probably just the face. Because it's probably the weakest point, except now I can't attack the face, so it's just legs, but... Got the explosion off at least. It can't mount again, so I can't interrupt it with a mount. Might as well wait. Ensure it's not a fake out. Get a reload. Go to sharpen first because this has a duration. That's something. This game, Rise, or at least Sunbreak, if you sharpen with your weapon out, you don't put it away and then sharpen. In this, you just put it away, sharpen. Way worse. That's another thing that they've made better. Oh, that's terrible. That's unlucky. Went in a good direction, good. The audio on that attack is very satisfying. It appropriately highlights the danger, even if you yourself don't get exploded by it. Carts are bad. I don't feel I definitely messed up. I don't feel as bad about the second cart, because it just felt very unlucky. The first cart was definitely just bad. Do I remember exactly how I carted? No. Short-term memory was, or short-term focus was focused on fighting the monster, leaving no space for short-term memory. But the second one was it just felt unlucky, which means I don't feel bad about the cart beyond If only I'd been luckier. Gotta love the inventory in this game. Mirror. Very bright. Yeah, I'm thinking once Wilds is out, I'm probably, like, regardless of how far I am in this game, I'm probably out of here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to... I'll probably play that for like a month at the bare minimum. Whatever is released probably lasts at least a month. And then even after that, I probably won't be able to come back to this without being frustrated. I've gotten used to the weird elements of the game, but there's a lot of stuff that's just not very fun. Oh yeah, my largest is now no longer one of the smallest. Oh, it's funny. But time-wise, no time for another. Is this gonna be another G rank food thing? Yeah, like why do they get these when you're not G rank? It's weird. Bistro ticket G. It's just odd. So where am I at 6-star wise? Oh yep, I've done none of it. Oh, a lot of these are gonna be awful. This is not gonna be fun. That's gonna be super unfun. Monkey King though, so monkey. That's not gonna be a fun quest. Not in the slightest. Rajang's annoying enough at village scaling. Hub scaling on Rajang? Whoa. It'd be awful. Unless it's barely more. If it's like 20% more HP, it won't be as awful, but if it's like 50%, 100% more, it's not going to be fun. But on that oh so positive note, it's time that I wrap up for today. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.